So Golden State with Jimmy.
Golden
State with Jimmy edition.
It's everything you expected, though. Everything y'all talked about.
They 13-1. They 13-1 since Jimmy's arrival.
13 or 14.
I knew it.
Well, okay. I'm missing games.
They only missed one, I think.
There's only one. Yeah, there's only one on the lost column.
Bro, when you add a guy that can play without the basketball, period.
Bro.
He's always been a defender. I said that on one of our podcasts.
Yeah, we talked about
I was like, Jimmy's going to be extremely dominant when him and Draymond and Steph are on the court. Because now it frees up Dre too.
Yep. Dre had 24?
23.
23?
Dre going nuts.
Dre for the free throw line.
Talking that shit.
Like this.
He had a
He
quarter
hooping.
Trey, Jimmy, IQ, and his ability to be able to play without the basketball, and then his ability to be a willing passer.
No doubt.
He's a willing passer. Bro.
Man.
So do you believe, Bob? Are you a believer in the Golden State Warriors? I ain't saying to win the championship, but are you a believer in the team?
100%. 100%. I just think for me, just watching it, eye test only, and just the numbers, yes. Like I already knew it. You know, I'm in Miami. I love Miami. I've seen what Jimmy could do with a decent team around him.
Yeah.
And you got one of the greatest. You have the greatest shooter. Not even one of the. You have the greatest shooter.
Yeah.
And then you got a defensive, just free safety that could just figure all out this stuff out with you. Man, and you know, so it's funny because you got Draymond on the back that could do all that stuff in the back defensive. You got Steph that could do all the shooting in the front, and you got Jimmy could do all everything in the middle.
I like how you did that.
You know what I'm saying?
I like how you did that.
Like so they every level covered.
Yeah.
Now everybody just got
so they like Oreo.
Pretty much.
Because Draymond and Jimmy Black is Steph is like, I'm just going, no?
No.
The other role players have been playing great too. Yeah. So I think they added Moses into the starting lineup.
Finally, gave him opportunity.
So my guy out there, and then
Kaminga came back too.
Yeah. He just got back.
He just got back. But the chemistry, it looked like they're having a lot of fun again.
Yeah.
I think they're having a lot of fun.
Yeah. What it is ball movement, player movement. You know, I think that's one of the things that Jimmy strives in, and that's the Golden State Warriors way. High IQ basketball players. I've seen some of the best athletes and some of the most dominant on defense go to Golden State and can't figure it out because they don't have the IQ.
Right.
They don't understand, hey, if Steph Curry's in the paint, what do? You go down, you screen to get him open, and then now you got a layup or a dunk. So the fact that they added Jimmy, I feel like that dynamic, you know, throwing the ball in the post to Jimmy, him understanding the split action.
Yeah.
Jimmy throwing the ball in the post, him understanding the split action. So I think, you know, adding that dynamic, and then we go on the defensive end. Now you got somebody that's a tough defender as well.
Right.
That's going to go after it. He's a leader.
Yep.
So he's going to match Draymond's energy. You know what I mean? So that's what they were missing, in my opinion. Somebody that can match Draymond's energy on the defensive end.
Right.
And then on the offensive end, Steph Curry, we got to get him open. Or if not, I get to go get in my back and I got all the space to work with.
Space to do it.
You know what I mean? So I think now it gives Steph an opportunity. Some games, he ain't got to score 40 and 50 to win a game. We could go down, throw it to Jimmy buckets.
Let Jimmy get 25, 28.
Yeah, he going to get his one. We also seen him put a team on his back and get him to the final. Was that back-to-back years he got him to the final?
2 or 3 years. 2 out of 3 years.
So adding a player like Jimmy Butler just makes Steph Curry more dominant and, you know, gets everybody else these open shots.
Yeah, I talked about it on, I was in New York. And we'll get to that, but I was on 7 p.m. I stopped in Red Hook and popped in on Mello on 7 p.m. And I talked about, you know, being in Chicago, when Jimmy Butler was dominant in practice, he was with the second unit, right? When like I said, the famous story about what he did in Minnesota is very well documented. Yeah. But watching Jimmy Butler in practice in Chicago, this is what Jimmy loves to do. And the other night when I was seeing, he had 15 points, he had 10 assists, he had 10 rebounds, he had a triple-double. That's Jimmy Butler's game. Absolutely. Now, Jimmy can score 56. I said 55. He scored 56 in the playoff game. He can get you 25 on the night. He can get you to he can have those moments. But that's not necessarily what Jimmy Butler's game is, especially at 35, 36 years old. And so now that he has the ability to be able to play with a team that understands movement, it makes Jimmy even more dangerous because Jimmy is a willing passer.
No doubt.
I don't think know a lot. He's a willing passer. That's why he wins with second units, because he makes everybody around him better, because he's not one of them stars that's going to get it and just hold it and go for their own. He's actually looking for you.
Yep. No doubt.
And so he's now allowed to play the role that he's really was born and bred to play, with guys who are just as smart, with guys who want it just as much, with guys who take care of themselves. And Jimmy, Jimmy takes care of his body.
Yeah.
It's his temple.
Yeah.
Jimmy does an amazing job of trying to take care of himself, even with the injuries that he's had, to get back on that basketball floor. So he is in probably the best organization at this point for him.
For sure.
But Miami 6 years ago, when he got there, was what he needed. And that was the best organization for him to allow Jimmy Butler to come out and be that guy that we saw for 6 years.
No doubt.
But now, in his career, to be here for the next few years, this is the best place for him to be because his ability to be able to be so unselfish, to be able to play with a guy like Draymond and obviously Steph Curry. Like, they're going to be a tough out in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
They're going to be tough. They have good chemistry, bro.
OKC versus the Warriors in the conference finals.
Oof.
I think that we might see that. And right now,
Where is Golden State sitting right now?
They're 6 right now.
What about okay? So y'all go? Are we discounting the Lakers and Denver? This
No, we're not
did.
discounting.
No,
This
whoa,
is
whoa, whoa,
this
whoa,
ain't a
whoa.
discount show.
Whoa, it's not the discount show.
Yeah, we can go there.
Discount. No.
Just since we're on topic, you know what I
cool.
mean? They're the hottest team in the
They
league
are.
right now.
I
They are.
mean, when you look
are.
at it, defense win championships.
Yep.
And to me, the way Draymond is the anchor defensively, it frees Jimmy up also to do what you did very well. Free safety.
No doubt.
Jimmy's a hell of a free safety, bro.
Yes, he is. Yes,
That
he is.
boy, he can read 2 or 3 passes away. He can get in the passing lanes. He can switch onto a big and hold down it for 4 seconds, 5 seconds.
Right.
They got 2 quarterbacks back there now. They got a quarterback and a free safety.
And can't forget Looney. Looney is just
This is
as
what
good
I'm
as
saying.
him.
Shout out to Looney, yes.
Sure.
So
And they got
defensively,
pedigree. They got championship pedigree.
Yeah,
they
they're-
know how to win.
Yep.
Let's
No
not
Let's not discredit that.
the ability.
Yeah.
And when we sat here and talked to Ray, and we were in their practice, Teresa Weatherspoon talked about why they're the underdogs, because they're the young team that don't have the experience that the Owls have.
Yeah.
Right? They don't have the same experience that, the team that they're playing against. So they have to do everything perfect.
No doubt.
Because they're playing against people with more experience. And so let's not discredit the fact that you have the Golden State Warriors, you have the Los Angeles Lakers, you have the Nuggets, all these teams, you have these teams with experience, while you have an OKC trying to do something and trying to accomplish what they've done the whole regular season, and that's to be the best team in the Western Conference.
No doubt.
So we could possibly see that.
It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be good.
No, I'm looking forward to it.
Those 15 games, there's no Jonathan
You just don't want to
Kuminga.
catch Golden State, bro.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
they got a guy that
no
put you to
Kuminga.
sleep over there.
Night.
No Kuminga.
Night.
Yeah.
He put you to sleep.
Bro,
And he's coming
Bro, I
back.
went back and watched them Olympic highlights, first of all.
Come on now.
I know it's a documentary out right now that is that followed everything. What is it, Court of Gold or something like that?
Yeah.
Court of Gold. I haven't watched it. I heard I'm on it actually. I haven't even watched it, but you sent me the clip.
I sent you a clip.
And the Steph Curry we talked about on the show, but just the shots that Steph Curry was,
Crazy.
Bro. Yo.
bro.
Yeah.
Ear
he-
tug, huh?
Bro, he was like, hey,
Run the play.
Run the play.
Run the play.
I need this right now. We need this moment.